Joel Hawthorne back with us from themorningsnapshot.com. Joel, good to have you back on the show. So Disney on the way. Big report?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Oliver. Definitely liking Disney here. Definitely ahead of the report today. Looking at a long straddle. Kind of want to see how we're going to price in this much added volatility already. Definitely expecting for tomorrow's open, after the news to come after the bell today, how this stock will move. Because of that, I'm looking out till about November 22nd. I'm going to be buying the at-the-money call and buying the at-the-money put. This way, I can take advantage of that volatility either direction. It doesn't matter if it goes up, it goes down. If we break to the upside, I'm actually anticipating us maybe finding some resistance at about the 140 mark, which is just shy of the 52-week high, about 147 and change. If we break to the downside, if we break about 126s, I think this thing can fall down to about that 116 level, where we had a gap up at about mid-April. So kind of looking in both directions, not trying to pick a direction, but take advantage of the volatility.
Okay, this is an interesting trade, Joel, because you've got the call, but your point here is that the company has had a really interesting path to get to $132. The gap that occurred in the month of May in the spring when they unveiled and Bob Iger got on stage and got everybody all jazzed up about this, that was at $115. So Joel, it seems like if you're a believer that gaps close, there's still a screaming one on the chart.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that, right now, as we know, this earnings news can definitely have that knee-jerk reaction in either direction. Although I am looking potentially optimistic to the upside because of that huge gap up that we had months back. We definitely have to look at the protection side aspect of it and say, hey, if I'm going to put a trade on before earnings, I want to be protected just in case we do sell off because we've been stuck in a range pretty much ever since then for the most part. So want to protect myself for any kind of pullbacks. Definitely don't want to look directionally right now ahead of that earnings play.
Okay, interesting. So Joel, just again, because if we look at the trade details once more, there's the gap on the chart. You've obviously, because you're picking up the 131 call, you're good to the upside, but since you've also got the put there at 132, this thing has potential to trade pretty far down. To your point, the sentiment could bring it down to 116, so you're very well aware of the same thing I'm talking about here, which was this huge move to the upside and what happens if it closes.
Absolutely, yes, definitely. Couldn't agree with you more. Definitely protecting myself, looking for the upside momentum, like I said, 140s, because actually if we break out of this range, then we'll be in what we call a screaming uptrend, in my opinion. Yeah. But if that news does come out negative and this stock does have a pullback, this will be the talk of the headlines tomorrow as the bell rings, because we'll see that after hours trading really pull this thing down below maybe to 126s, and who knows, maybe even fill in that gap that you mentioned back in the spring months of April, May. Yeah. So definitely looking at that.
All right, nice work. Joel, good to have you back on the show. Mr. Hawthorne joining us from themorningsnapshot.com. Really nice trade here on Disney.